So I'm not sure what's going on. I can tell you, a beautiful day. Footy gets underway here in the ACT for 2019 right now. And to take it away with the first bounce, Eddie Williams.
Josh Maynard on debut for Canberra goes up in ruck. Couldn't win the hit out, but it comes down the way of Maguire. Can't pick it up. Bruce got there. His hand pass was turned over to Young. His first NEFL game, Aaron Young, but played plenty of AFL games last season. Angus Baker has the footy for the Demons between wing and halfback. He'll go into the corridor looking for Hardy at half forward, but coming in to take the mark there is Leslie for the Gold Coast. Gave it off by hand to Dawson, the captain. Dawson goes out towards the wing to Brodie, and the Suns will look to use the outer side. The kick comes towards half forward. It's off hands. It's over the line, and we'll have a throw in between wing and half forward for the Gold Coast.
The Demons cutting them off in the midfield. Plenty of push, plenty of shove, and a good grab. Flying high there is Mitch Hardy. We've seen plenty from him. Decides to play on because he's got a man in space. Waiting there, it's Aaron Bruce, if you like. Puts it on the boot. Looks pretty good. And there it is, the first goal of the season for the Canberra Demons, and it goes to the skipper, Aaron Bruce. They lead 1-1-7 over the Gold Coast Suns, 0-1-1.
And we'll have another ball up inside 50 for the Gold Coast.
Indeed, just the second inside 50 for the Gold Coast Suns. The Canberra Demons have had 6. They would have wanted a better return than 1-2 from those. Contested ball. That looks like the man with the hair in Braden Crossley, dropping onto his right foot, slams it through from about 15 out on a fairly acute angle. Who was charging through. That man picks it up now. Oh, beautiful little hand pass. I mean, it may have been a no-look job. Send it over to Moline. Moline looks into the forward line. He had Hardy. Hardy can't take it first grab. Gets it off the ground. Turns around. Puts it on the left foot and says, bang, goal. I have to call for a head count here. Screaming for it is Evans, but the short ball instead is directed to Powell. He's just outside 50, and he gives it to, well, if you've got a target in Maguire, why wouldn't you? We'll kick from just inside the 50. Roosts it high. The wind might push it a little to the left, but he's allowed for that, and he's got it through, and Mitch Maguire, a name we called plenty of. And it's the Demons on the rebound again. Now, who are they waiting for underneath it? We've got Fall. No. Oh, he just lets it fall into his arms. Fall by name, fall by nature. Goal time for the Demons. They move on to 4-2-20.
Maline's there for Canberra. Maline absorbs some pressure, dribbles it towards Powell. Powell can't quite pick it up. The ball's in dispute, close to goal for Canberra. Here comes Hardy again, and he's kicked the goal.
Oh, goal of the day. Goal of the day, Hardy, showing the value in following it up. And that goal, Eddie, comes from the other end of the ground and just from some superb play by Mitch Maguire for the Gold Coast Suns by King. Starting to show some of the reasons why he was a top 10 AFL draft pick. Puts the ball into attack for Mentha. Mentha takes the shot on goal from just outside the top of the square, and I think he's got one. The Gold Coast Suns have their second for the day. Richardson didn't want to give up custody of the ball, but eventually it's with Saman. Ball into a contest in the forward line, and that's a good grab. Good solid pack mark there. So he's going with the right foot. Slightly awkward looking kick. To stutter on the way through, but it doesn't matter. He's directed it between the big six, and Sam Day gets his first for the afternoon. On the burst go the Demons, and it goes in fairly quick succession from Kel Evans across to Tom Highmore, and now it makes its way with Maguire. Maguire, well, he just kicks it into the wide open spaces. Tom Fall will have to dispossess a Gold Coast player. He does that. That's the easy bit. Oh, instead of going for it himself, he gives it to Evans. Evans finds a teammate in Pollock. Bang! Goal from 5 metres out directly in front. Gee, you don't want to miss those, and he's put it through. Wait and see who can get to it. Gold Coast Suns, I reckon there might be Leslie who got it, then lost it, put it towards Kanash. Kanash puts it down in the path of Highmore. Highmore can't do much with it, and instead for the Canberra Demons, they've got the goal. Who's the opportunist? Who is the opportunist down there? Is it Pollock? It is indeed.
With 2 goals late in the quarter.
High contact, but the ball still in play. It's on the ground. The Suns looking for a shot on goal, but we've got a push in the back.
And they will get a shot on goal.
They will get a shot on goal.
Free to the Suns for a push.
Sure, it was a dislocated hip. It's a really difficult injury to come back from. Leans back as he puts it towards the goal, and I don't think he's made a mistake with that. He hasn't. Sam Day has a goal, has his second for the day now.
Forward hand pass to Evans. Evans from the 50 kicks it towards goal, and the Demons have their first of the third quarter. They move up to 8-7-55. The Suns, 4-3-27. Gives it to Highmore. Highmore, long right foot kick. Demons with numbers inside 50. It'll come over the back to Hardy, and Mitch Hardy will run in and kick another goal.
End-to-end stuff again, Eddie.
3 goals on the day for Mitch Hardy.
Good competition, as was McLennan, but it's rebounded once again for the Demons. Picking it up off the turf is Evans. Evans turns around. He's got options. Gives it up towards Bruce. And Aaron
50
Bruce
metre penalty.
gets a 50-metre penalty here. Oh, well, he won't miss this now because he'll kick this from the top of the square.
From here.
From right at the top of the square. Puts it through over the goal umpire's hat. Nutting who wound up with it, but a free kick for a throw comes the Canberra Demons' way. They go deep into attack again. Bit of a bump underneath it from Pollock. Pollock turns around and plays on, puts it through the middle. So the Demons, there was a whistle further back the field, so I think the Demons have been given the advantage. Good grab.
And the big ruckman takes a mark, and he'll have no, he won't have a shot on goal. He plays on. Good vision to spot Day, and Sam Day with a chance to kick his 3rd goal.
Oh, sunny day coming up perhaps for him. He'll be getting his 3rd if he can put this one in.
He'll kick from about 35 metres out. The right foot drop punt. Squeezes it through. Made the goal umpire work a little to the right, but the Suns have their 5th. They're 5-4-34, trailing the Canberra Demons 11-7-73.
Sent it upfield towards Highmore. Highmore taps it towards Fall, and he's off to the races. Goes for one bounce. He'll go the whole way. Toes 2. He'll go 3. He might go one more bounce if he doesn't run too far. That's 3. And now we'll take a shot from 15 out. Oh, you talk about backing himself for 150 metres. Eddie, he's done just that. Admittedly, had to run 130 of him first. Grabs hold of it and then puts a wobbly kick in towards the middle of the ground. Oh, done well as Mentha. He can run and take a shot. Instead, he runs and puts it in towards the forward line. It bounces once, it bounces twice, and it might actually be a goal. A little bit of luck goes your way sometimes. And there's one for the Suns, and there's one for Jack Mentha, and it's his 2nd for the day. The up and under kick comes, it's going to land about 35 out from goal. Comes off the hands of the pack. Little kick goes through from Pollock. Pollock has a crack at goal. Has he got it through? I think he might have. And that's 4 for the day.
Probably still too far out to score. We just see a long ball towards an open goal square. The Demons' defence didn't get back quickly enough. And that's a bit of poor defending from Canberra not to have anyone on the goal line. And the Suns with a late goal from outside 50, their 7th goal.
He waiting underneath it. Actually did well. Has a teammate in Crosley. Crosley can turn and shoot from 50 out. Oh, that's not a bad shot. He's put it through.
Now the kick inside 50 for the Gold Coast. Again, Day in best position. Can't juggle the mark, but he was being held from about 35 metres out. The right foot drop punt is a goal.
Well, he's not taking the shot at goal. Instead, puts it inside the 50. And again, this is smart play. Does 2 things. Increases the chances of it being a goal and also takes another 40 or so seconds off the clock. And Powell makes no mistake. The goal umpire does not have to move.
Is to Young, getting a lot of the ball in this final quarter. Young, low kick, inside 50, bounces on its way through to Saman. Now it comes off to McDonald. Now the flying shot on goal from Corey Beeman, and he's kicked it.
There's a fairly heavy bit of contact there late in the game. Gold Coast get the better of it from the throw in. It winds up with Young. He takes a snap from about 40 out right on the boundary line. Well, I may have made the call about goal of the day back in the first quarter a wee bit early. That one's pretty good in territory. And it is indeed aimed at the top of the square. Plenty fly. Oh, look at him go. The big fella with the big hair and the big mo. Braden Crossley takes the mark and he's taken it very cleverly just inside the goal square, comes back out, doesn't muck around and puts it through at height. He gets his 3rd for the afternoon. Though Crosley with a teammate, now quick ball over to Nutting. This man was on one leg earlier today, now he's moving like Usain Bolt, goes inside the 50, puts it towards goal. It starts off to the right and it just stays inside the right post. It's another goal.
Pake.
Oh.
The ball makes its way to Cade Klemke, the playing coach, and he'll be breathing a sigh of relief. His side, the Canberra Demons, claim a win in their first match of the NEAFL season. It's the Demons, 14-10-94, just holding on against a fast-finishing Gold Coast side who finished on 13-9-83.